What has sports meant to you? And did you have a sports hero growing up?
Maybe Lawrence Taylor. I don't know. It could be Lawrence. Or I know him so well.
Epstein's friend really knocked this one out of the park. At this point, he's making it way too easy on us.
Breaking news right here on MSNBC about the man on your screen. The Hall of Fame New York Giants linebacker Lawrence Taylor has been arrested. We have now learned that he was arrested on rape charges. In fact, it happened here in New York State. It happened in Ramapo only a short time ago. He's being accused of raping someone in the Holodome Hotel that is in Montebello, New York. Lawrence Taylor is 51 years old. He was affectionately known to fans for years as LT, and he has had past problems with the law. He acknowledged for years his use of drugs.
In his 12 years in the NFL, Lawrence Taylor went to the Pro Bowl 10 times. He became one of 2 defensive players all time to win the league's Most Valuable Player award, and many analysts will tell you he was the best ever to play the game. Today, Lawrence Taylor left a courtroom after pleading guilty to having sex with an underage prostitute. He's now a registered sex offender, will spend 6 years on probation, but he won't spend any time in jail. Today, you pleaded guilty to having sex with an underage woman. She was 16. She claims you should have known it. How did it happen that you solicited her services through someone? Tell me about how that went.
Well, it happens sometimes, you know.
Tell me how it happened that day.
Okay.
Guys, as they say, where there's smoke, there's fire, okay?
Well, a lot of sports heroes. It meant a lot. I was always a person that loved playing sports. I was good at sports. When you were really focused on sports, you thought about nothing else. There was nothing else outside. It kept you, and to an extent, this is one of the reasons I like golf. You get away for a couple of hours. I play quickly and get through it. And for 2 hours, you're not thinking about all of the nonsense and all of the important things, frankly, but it cleans your mind.
A lot to take in here. First, was Donald Trump even a good athlete? Whether he has convinced himself he was or not, the Republican president of the United States would tweet that he was said to be the best b-ball player in New York State. Ask Ted DeBias said best he ever coached. Through publicly available information, here's what was discovered. In 3 games during his sophomore season, Trump went 0 for 10 in baseball. That means he batted triple zeros. As a junior, he went 2 for 9 with a .222 average, wrote Football Archaeology on Substack. Scouring newspaper archives during POTUS's senior year, they found he only had about 21 to 22 at-bats. The amount of hits, just one hit in 7 games. 1 hit in 21 to 22 at-bats. Keith Law, members of the Baseball Writers Association of America and former executive with the Toronto Blue Jays, would tell the outlet NJ.com, you don't hit 138 for some podunk cold weather high school playing the worst competition you could possibly imagine. You wouldn't even get recruited for Division I baseball programs, let alone by pro teams. That's totally unthinkable. It's absolutely laughable. He hit 138. He couldn't effing hit. That's pretty clear. Then from a football perspective.
Well, they're saying
old school style of football.
They're saying it's dangerous because the hitting is pretty fierce when you're running that far, right? You're running into
Right. So they're basically lining guys up 5 yards apart.
Yeah, but somehow it's supposed to be football, and I played football too. I didn't particularly like it.
What position were you?
No, I didn't like it. I played tight end.
Yeah?
Could catch the ball good, but I didn't particularly like having some guy that was lifting weights all day long and came from a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he sees me, and they were tackling hard, and I had a quarterback with that much of an arm, throw the ball. It wasn't like, but this wasn't high quality football, but I didn't like it too much.
The man who called the game soft said there are too many penalties, the hits are too hard and clean, and guys just need to really grow a pair. Admits he was soft. He even said in another interview with CBS that he does not want Barron Trump to play football. I mean, it's incredible. Jeff Pearlman wrote Football for a Buck, and he said something that I think is true. It is reflective of who Donald Trump is as a person. The way that he ran that business into the ground and tried to capitalize off of it and was a sheer opportunist. Sports is certainly a reflection of who this man is. It shows a lot about him. But why were those figures behind him, like Harrison Butker, Triple H, well, he was in front of him or to the side, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Bryson DeChambeau, why were they there? Via NBC News, he signed an executive order reviving the National Fitness Test Assessment that began in 1956, and it would conclude in 2013. Of all the folks to administer the tests, it will fall on a man who has a brain worm, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the Health and Human Services Secretary. The outlet printed, the original presidential fitness test was established under the Eisenhower administration in the 50s and underwent several iterations in the decades to come. Students were generally asked to perform some combination of push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, running, and reaching for their toes while seated. Starting in the 60s, those with the highest scores were eligible to receive a Presidential Physical Fitness Award. Congratulations. Furthermore, the Obama administration would replace the fitness tests after the 2012-13 school year with the Presidential Youth Fitness Program, which focused more on individual health rather than athletic prowess, which also tells you a lot. I want to go back to something that's very important here in the context of everything we saw, including that first video. The first is Lawrence Taylor is a sex offender. He had a sex offender at the White House. He hosted a sex offender. Donald Trump invited a literal sex offender to speak to the media and praised him. What are we doing here? Yeah, he was a good football player. You're not gonna see me with a sex offenders album behind me. And if I learned about it, I'd remove it immediately. It's birds of a feather, man. The second part is this. They're talking about like health and fitness and how they make America healthy again. They have Triple H up there who almost died. His heart almost gave out from having so many PEDs in his system. He is the chief content officer who married Vince McMahon's daughter and is well aware of the allegations that have come forward, not just regarding Vince, but also about Linda and what they covered up, including the steroid era. But yeah, let's make America healthy again. Let's do this. The last part is this. Trump wants to bring back a test that is completely outdated because what it'll do, much like RFK, is riddle out those who cannot do some of the tasks, whether it is from a deformity, whether it is from a disability, etc. They don't care. One practice was inclusive that was put forward by the Obama administration, at least more inclusive, and this is completely exclusive. So great. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.